students, today we shall be discussing about transport. Transportation. Transport is an organized industry created to satisfy man's basic need of mobility. That is, from going one place to another place, we need a transport. So, it is a basic requirement nowadays to travel, to have a transport for traveling. It is measured in kilometer distance, that is how many kilometers it is there. You have to travel, then time distance, how much time it will be taken, and the cost distance, what is the cost coming of that particular kilometer and time taken by that travel route. Network. Network, it is at different places are linked together to form a network. Supposingly a small city is there, it is linked with different villages, that will be termed as a transport network. Or a big city is you can say connected with different type of means of transport with other small areas or cities, that will be termed as a network. Then you have node. It is the meeting point of two or more routes. Supposingly one way is coming from the left side, one from the right side, and they are meeting at the center, that will be termed as your route. And node. Link. Every road that joins two nodes is known as a link. We travel from one place to another, and supposingly you can say a four route area comes, that will be termed as a linking road. You might have heard about people talking about there is a road named as a linking road. That is why, because that road was linked with another road, that is why it is known as a linking road. Then you have factors affecting transport. Now there are two factors, demand and routes, which affect a transport. Demand. The larger the population size, the greater is the demand of transport. A small city will be having less amount of transportation means, whereas a bigger city will be having large amount of transportation networks or means of transportation. A small city or a town will only be having roadways, or some cities have only roadways and railways, some has only roadways. Some areas or big cities have roadways, railways, airways, waterways even. So, demand for larger population is different, and a smaller population for the network of transportation is different. Then come your routes. How is route affecting the transport? What type of location the city is in? Town, villages, is it linking? Or industrial center it is, or a raw material growing center, or a making center. Then pattern of trade, what type of trade is being prospering over that particular city or a town. Then nature of the landscape, is it a hilly area or a plain area or a plateau region, or you can say near a river, or you can say near an ocean. What type of a climate is there? Very hot, very cold, or you can say moderate type of climate. Funds available to overcome obstacles along the length of the route. Supposingly some mishappening happens along the route. Do you have that much amount of money to overcome that obstacle, or that which is not supposed to happen at that particular time? Now there are people engaged in tertiary activities. Now who are those people who are engaged? We have few examples from the textbook. We have, you may see that higher you can say the developed countries have higher number of population working in the service sector, whereas you can say in developing countries more people are engaged in the primary sector and the secondary sector. Now we have some selected examples such as tourism. It fosters the growth of infrastructure industries, retail trading and craft industries. Now tourism, you can say, gives growth to infrastructure industries. Many industries develop around the tourism places. Retail trading, shops are being opened for buying and selling of particular goods and items. And craft industries, you are going to a particular country or an area or a historical place, you have your souvenirs brought from there. Maybe fridge magnet, maybe something like postcards or picture of that particular area, or maybe a lamp or anything that will be coming in the craft industries, and that is how tourism engaged in different ways in the public. Then tourist regions. Now where are the tourist regions? Here you have the warmer places around the Mediterranean coast and the west coast of India are the most populous tourist destinations of the world. We still have winter sport towns, scenic landscape, whether it is beautiful scenic views along a beach or on a mountain area. You have national parks, you have historical towns. Especially in India, we have a lot of historical towns and forts and palaces which can be termed for tourist destinations. Then what are the factors affecting tourism? Factors are affected by, the tourism is affected by the demand. If demand is not there, tourism will not be available. If you go to a, supposing a hotel and you are not provided with some particular services, then you might not go or recommend somebody for that particular hotel. So if the demand is not there, tourism will be affecting that particular area. Then transport. If the transport network is not there, not good, you have a lot of troubles reaching a particular tourist destination, then transport will be affecting tourism also. Then tourist attraction. Now what are the advantages of tourist attraction? You have the climate. If the climate is very good, moderate, neither very hot, neither very cold, then the tourist will be attracted. Landscape. Landscape, you are living on a plain, mountain, plateau, wherever it is, that will be affecting tourist destination. History and art. You have the forts, you have the historical monuments, you have art and culture, you have economy. If that area particularly is good in economy or the financial status, definitely it will be a tourist attraction. Then medical tourism, the most important. Now medical tourism is, why it is important? Because countries which are developing and below some developed countries, they prefer going to a country where the cost of a particular type of operation or a medical treatment is less regarding their own country. So medical tourism is also popular around the world nowadays, and about 55,000 patients from USA visited India in 2005 for treatment. This is still a small number compared with the million of surgeries performed each year in US healthcare system. India has emerged as the leading country of medical tourism in the world.